All right, welcome tankers. This is your host TLP Weasel 42, and my co-host for today is TLP Mark Jackson. Today we are
How's it going, streamers?
sorry Mark. Today
That's okay.
we're covering World of Tanks Euroleague. This is the semifinals. We will have enough time here to do a quick recap of how the season's played out so far to get us here to the Final Four. Today we have two matches to cover. First one's going to be JAGA and AIE. Second one's going to be Thor and UNL. Let's go to the screen here for now while we wait. So this league started off with 20 teams. They did a group stage with 4 groups of 5 teams each. They all played every team in their group once. The top 2 teams of each group moved on, and they did a playoff with the top 8 teams. Unfortunately, I missed the quarterfinals last week, but we're picking this up here for the semifinals. So we got 2 games to cover this week, and I'll cover the finals next weekend. Hopefully, Mark, you can join me for that too.
Mm-hmm.
What should I cover here? All over the place. So, JAGA, we'll do some information on JAGA here. JAGA was in the same group stage as UNL, and they went undefeated in the group stage. They finished with a record of 12-2, so 12 round wins. Obviously, they went 4-0 in their 4 games, so they got 3 round wins per match to get a total of 12 round wins, and they only lost 2 rounds in that whole group stage, which is that's a pretty impressive.
Yeah, it's very tight.
Pretty impressive record, if I say. They lost 1 round to UNL and 1 round to Swept K. And then they went into the playoffs. They've had their first playoff game was against LOET, which was the second place team from the group above them. So they've been outstanding in this EuroLeague so far this season. I guess if they're seasons, I would assume they. I'm not too familiar with what they do here. I would guess that they have reoccurring seasons that they play. The other team here is AIE. Now they were from the Group D. They finished first place in Group D. So both of these teams finished undefeated in the group stage. AIE had a 12-3 record, only dropping rounds to OWS and CSTD. They went into the playoffs and beat their first opponent in the playoffs, PEGI 8, 3-0. So in the playoffs so far, AIE is undefeated. They took their first opponent in a 3-zip game. So these are both strong teams right now coming into this match. You want to give me any feedback on what you've quickly researched here, Mark? Any comments?
Yeah, I had a brief look at it. I mean, I didn't realise they both went undefeated. But yeah, this one seemed hard to call stat-wise as much as I'd looked at it, from a win-8 basis, etc. In my opinion, AIE have the slight advantage there, but there's not a lot in it, so I'm guessing it's going to be close. That's about as much as I could say.
On the bit of research I've done here, well, I've covered JAGA before, and JAGA's a team from predominantly from Poland, and it's cool to cover
Hmm.
these EuroLeague teams because somehow, well, I guess it's through the language, more or less, but they form up in the teams that are very regional. So you've got the Polish team here. JAGA's the Polish team, and AIE is a team from Italy, I believe, which is why you've
Hmm.
got the red, white, green color scheme for their logo. And I've always thought that was really cool. I know UNL is predominantly British, or maybe all British team, and I'm really not sure about Thor. I'm not sure where they're from.
I think Thor are Italian as well.
Italian as well. There's a lot of good Italian teams. CDR is another Italian team I've covered, and they're really strong.
Hmm. Just waiting another couple of players. AI, it's well, they now have enough players in the lobby to get themselves underway on time.
So yeah, I have failed to figure out where they are. Um,
What
doing
do you mean?
the match chat for tonight. I'm not sure if they do it in private messages or not.
Oh, right, yeah. Yeah, I have no idea. No one replied. Perhaps they couldn't quite comprehend me.
Well, it wasn't like you were speaking to them. You were
That's true. That might not improve things, to be honest.
oh, what am I outputting at? I thought I fixed my. Hmm. Well, I guess I can't change it now. I'm only outputting at 720. That's all
Yep,
right.
just make sure the chat room's working. It is. It said initially I couldn't connect to it, but it's fine.
I should open up on my phone the. There we go.
Well, back down. I'll be back in a minute.
All right, so tanks are being selected. This is a 761 format as well. I should have made that known. 761. They have the standard rules where you can only pick 3 of a certain tank. Let me just open up the rules. I have them here. Tournament rules. I don't want to read them off. There's so many things they cover. So we have a 10-minute timer for these. Max 3 tanks of the same kind. No limitation on premium tanks. The home team picks 2 tanks. Then the away team picks 2 tanks. And then it goes back and forth until all of the tanks are picked. They don't have to wait for the other team to do it. They can just go ahead and pick them all. lot of teams do that. They go back and forth until like the first, they'll pick two tanks, the other team will pick two tanks, and then they might just, once they see the other teams actually picking tanks, a lot of time I see teams just ready up. The maps, as Mark had said, today we are doing Ghost Town, then Rezanai. I can't say it, Mark. Can you say it?
I go with you, Razanai, but I dare say that's wrong, but that's how it sounds to me.
And then Ghost Town for the tiebreaker. Ghost Town is the official tiebreaker for this tournament, for this event. So it will always be the tiebreaker round, but they have selected, or the tournament organizers have made Ghost Town the first match of this semifinal round. So it goes Ghost Town, Rezanai, and then back to Ghost Town if need be. Next. Next up, I don't know.
Well, they're about halfway through their picks here, looking pretty even. Both teams selected two E50s. They've got a Conqueror each. So far, the only difference being an STI on the JAGA team. So halfway through their picks.
Oh, and they are doing the communication in this general room here on Discord, so that'll help for us. There's really not much to communicate between the teams other than start picking or something comes up that they need to address.
Matched them up with another Conqueror.
Thanks for tuning in, Crispy. If you're watching there, Crispy, if you could be so kind as to let us know if any volume levels are way out of whack or anything like that that we should adjust on the fly. I've overhauled my setup recently, and I haven't actually used it yet. So let me know.
Love that overlay, bro. It's nice. Okay, T10 and the Wiz. One tank each. 1, 2, 3. Oh no. Yeah, you still got two to pick.
All right. Scoreboard. Oh, what have I done? Start. Okay. Back to that one. Sorry, guys. I was just reorganizing my scenes out of order. I figured I'd use this time here. We've got 6 tanks picked for JAGA and AIE. There they go. They picked their 7th. One more tank to pick for AIE, and then we should be ready to go.
Well, it'll be another 8 since they've got the 131 in there.
I mean another 9.
Sorry, my apologies. Bulldog versus the 131. Fancy the Bulldog on that one. Patton. Okay.
Oh, they start.
And they're off.
And we're off, guys. This is the World of Tank Euroleague Semifinals. Our first semifinal match for tonight is JAGA versus AIE. Round 1, Ghost Town. Round 2, Flipside Ghost Town. Then we go to Razanai and play that both sides, and tiebreaker will be Ghost Town. First up here, we've got JAGA in red with an M41 Bulldog, 2 E50s, a T10, an STI, and 2 Conquerors. You want to read off AIE for me there, Mark?
Sure, so we've got the WZ-131 as their light tank, 46 Patton, double E50s, and 3 Conquerors.
All right.
Everybody putting a lot of faith in the Conqueror.
AIE's moving up, sending their light tank south. JAGA moving into the city with their mediums. Their heavies are going up the 3 line, following the mediums. We're gonna have a clash
And they
here.
meet
The
each other
mediums.
pretty quickly, just, yeah. And they found each other. Pretty aggressive from both teams, getting forward quite quickly. Not too much hanging about. AIE, I would guess you're going to have to call that a flank. Realistically, they're moving around. They've stalled up. JAGA all together.
They've got a good grouping of tanks here. I only saw maybe one of them get detected. The bulk of the tanks didn't get detected there for JAGA.
Yep, on both sides. Yep.
Both
You're
sides,
right.
I guess.
The light tank got saw out on the left though.
AIE's sending their mediums around. They're on a mission to flank or find the JAGA tanks that are missing.
Big left-hand push there as well.
Yeah,
so
JAGA gets
moving
all
around.
those heavies. All those heavies are getting undetected.
Undetected.
And a nice
Wow.
maneuver, perfectly timed. The STI gets detected, and that's totally gonna throw. He gets hit, but that's totally gonna throw AIE's thinking off. They're gonna be thinking that JAGA's over there a little farther, and in they come.
Pushing right
Tank
in.
spotted here now.
Hair is like so posable. Ow.
JAGA's forming up with a big mass group.
Oh, that guy took it hard. Ozo Hosey and Master 890 taking multiple hits.
Yeah, JAGA's taking a lot of
Good
damage
found
here.
real nice. Yeah, AI have compensated very, very
A
well.
nice swing here. Look at the tanks from AIE coming in behind, and they've got a pinch maneuver happening. The push from JAGA
there we
got
go.
turned into a trap. AIE is up quite a lot of health.
Yep. Even in tanks though, but it's a lot ahead.
Now, JAGA's dealt with the tanks in front of them. If they turn around here and address the tanks that are chasing them,
It's just a bloodbath.
health is evening up. AIE does have the advantage, a big gun advantage though.
2 tanks versus 5 though. More guns, yeah. And they're in a poor position to try and get saves to check them
There's
off.
not much they can do
think that's
here.
gonna
It's
be it.
coming down to the one tank. They focused out the low health tanks and moved in. And AIE takes round 1 here.
Very, very good to watch. Very quick. Very concise. They moved very well, both teams.
Do a quick rundown of the damage here.
Yeah.
We've got
Yep.
a very good damage spread by AIE. They had one Conqueror breaking 3,000 damage, 2 more tanks breaking 2,000 damage, and everything else but the light tank all getting more than 1,000 damage each. You like to see that from a good team working together, spreading the damage out. JAGA on the other side there, they were spreading the damage out. It's just they didn't get enough damage dealt. Even the Bulldog broke 1,000 damage there, if you see. But their push got turned into a trapped pinch.
Yes, it did.
So we're going to swap sides here and go back into Ghost Town from the opposite spawns. Now like I said, I've covered JAGA before. I've never covered AIE, but I have covered JAGA matches before, and I liked watching them play. They're a good team to cover. Oh, I'm being told on the stream here that UNL also has lots of crazy Italians.
Oh, yeah, getting quickly with 3 50s and an STI.
They're not. Whoops. They are not hesitating to get their tanks selected quickly.
Sorry to pick up a little bit of background noise. My kid's out of the bath and getting into their pajamas for bedtime.
Time is it over there for you in Scotland?
It is just gone 8 o'clock. Just after 10 past, give or take. Well, very, very similar setup for AIE. Pretty much, I think they're exactly the same as last time, I believe, so far, yes. JAGA try to make themselves faster.
Right, these guys don't give me much time in between rounds. They're pretty quick to set up. Once they launch the battle here, I will...
One guy's deselected.
Did he pick... Oh, he wouldn't have picked an illegal tank.
He was in an E50.
Yes, that's right, because
No, he
they
was in an
readied
E50.
up with
Wasn't
3
anything illegal.
right off the bat. Sure they're... Well, I guess they... Oh! I think I know what ended up happening here, if I had to guess. They didn't account for the fact that the lobby host has to pick a tank. See that? Or was it Wajitsu that picked it in the first place? It doesn't matter.
I don't know, but I hear you.
All right, here we go into round... Oh, I gotta make it round 2. All right, here we go into round 2. I'll call out AIE. They've got a WZ 131, an M46 Patton, 2 E50s, and 3 Conquerors. If you'd call out JAGA for me there, Mark.
Sure, bud. So they led with the 41 Bulldog, 3 E50s, 2 T10s, and an STI. So they've changed their setup, and I'm presuming they're going for more speed. Seems to be the idea there. I think they feel from the previous match, possibly the Conquerors were too slow for getting round to finish off the push. And perhaps that's what they're blaming, and how their push was that successful. I'm guessing, but hey, guessing's my job.
Now, JAGA's taken the north side of this, of the town here, moving around the AB line. AIE's got their mediums cautiously moving towards the center cap. not the cap itself. Just
Definitely a
down.
slower start from AIE, yeah. AIE definitely set up slower, taking their time. I think they want to force them to come to them this time, having the
Unguarded
1-0
Khan
advantage.
is on the run from all the mediums. He might get
Big style, and he's got 3 on him. He should get him, should at least hit him.
one hit, two
He's
hit.
cut off. He's
He's
running
gonna get
for his
taken
life.
down right here.
Surely, yep.
But the intel has been given to the rest of his team, and usually the losing your tier 7 in a 761 setup is not too crucial, especially on a city map.
Yeah. They waited till they dropped their spots, but they do know where they are. And this E50 AIE is pushing in. He could do with his buddy being with them. And they are matched up now. Victor in the Patton's the next weakest tank on AIE, and if they could get him early, be a proper advantage if they can. Ooh, caught in the flank there. Side shots. Again, still pretty aggressive from both teams overall. One tank right round the back to that little bulldog's in the back to cause trouble, and I think he's trying to hunt down Victor, if you ask me.
Damage is even here. Oh, no.
He's got him. He's got him. The bulldog got Victor. That's made a difference.
It's
Taking out the Patton.
looking like Yaga's going to pull ahead here. They got a
And
big
again.
gun advantage, and they're pulling ahead on health.
Yep.
They do have quite a few tanks on low health, though, so if AIE's got to make a quick reversal of guns here in order to stay alive, but
Conqueror in position, but can he get shot down? Yes, he can. He makes one down. Conqueror's full health, but as soon as yeah, now he's all against
full
one.
health, but he's all alone.
3 nearly full health tanks. Yep. 2 of them are full health, and the other one's as good as. So that should be just a case of surrounding him and finishing this off.
And he falls
Yeah, that.
and gets taken down.
Ouch.
Yaga ties
Well, that
this
evened
up.
it up, and he evened it up quickly.
This is going to be a really good series. Both, like I said, both these teams went undefeated in the group stage, won their quarterfinal matches to make it here into the semis. And Yaga with a 12-2 record in the group stage, 3-2 in their quarterfinals. AIE was 12-3 in the group stage and 3-0'd their quarterfinal opponents. So these are, you know, there's a reason they're here in the semifinals. They're both strong teams.
Yep, and Jaga on the damage boards there with both E50s between them gaining 7,000 damage. In fact, actually between the 3, 9,000 damage. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, yeah. A lot of damage with those 3
One of
E50s.
them breaking 4,000 damage. That's a
Yeah.
hell of a game for him there.
It really is, and that change-up seemed to help. So, over to Razanai
All right.
for round 3.
I'm not sure if we swap sides or not, but we're going to go into round 3 on Razanai. Crispy's asking, why is Ghost Town the tiebreaker if they already played it in round 1? Well, the reason being is because Ghost Town has been the tiebreaker for this entire season. They've already played, you know, this would be week 6 out of 7 weeks, and Ghost Town has always been the tiebreaker throughout the entire 7-week event. And just because Ghost Town is one of the actual round maps for this week doesn't change that Ghost Town remains the tiebreaker.
Yep, very much so. You see it with some regularity in a lot of comps.
So I believe I guess they stay on the same side when they switch to switch to the next map, and then then they'll swap sides after this. JAGA Venom is playing for the other team this round. It looks like.
Who's ringing?
So Jaga chucked out the 3 T10s. I'd expect teams to go for speed here. Razanai's a big map. I'd like to be able to cover and compensate. A lot of channels. Can easily go for several minutes without seeing each other in this map. If teams choose to avoid the centre, that is. Bulldog again by Jaga. I wonder if AIE would be thinking about compensating, going for a significantly heavier setup. Help shut down those E50s. Well, admittedly the E50s haven't been picked yet, but help shut down that speed.
No, that's not good. Why has my computer not
S-
stopped recording?
What's wrong?
Well, the stream's still going, but recording won't stop.
So 3 E50s, 3 T10s, and a Bulldog. Nice setup. 2 Skoda T50s, 2 E50s. The Wiz so far. And there we go. Alrighty then, round 3.
All right, round 3. Game's tied. They split their rounds on Ghost Town. Both teams winning the north side spawn. So that if that plays a factor going into the tiebreaker, we'll see.
Don't know about you, Weasel, but I feel that Jaga's tank selection here is better overall. Yes, we'll see.
All right. JAGA in the blue as an M41 Bulldog, 3 E50s, and 3 T10s. If you'd call it AIE for me there, Mark.
Sure will. So the WZ131, and they've got 1, 2, 3 E50s, a pair of Skoda T50s, and a T10 over on AIE. And they're setting up near the castle, next to the wall, at the top.
Gotta say, I've never actually watched a match, a comp match on this map yet. I feel like the one side having direct access to the castle makes a big difference.
Should do. You'd think it'd be advantage to that side, both sides, but
The mediums for AIE are coming
aren't
in
asking
on
for
these
it.
heavies. That Skoda's already down half
I think
health.
they think they've got.
But
Yeah.
if he
Yeah.
stays alive, those Skodas are so potent with this quick unloading of a full magazine.
I think they thought they had the overmatch and they were trying to get some early hits. It didn't work for them and put themselves a little bit behind. Just a little bit. Not a big deal.
They do have the high ground, and
They
JAGA
have.
has to make it up this hill.
Yeah. Yeah, right, of course. But Skoda, I would say, has made a deathly mistake there. See if you can get away with it.
Gibbon came back, is going to find himself on the wrong side of JAGA's entire team, crushing in
Full
on him.
push to the right hand side. But yeah, you're trying to compensate, and they are doing it. This is going to be really interesting.
AIE is already down one tank. The E50's been taken care of. JAGA's moving from target to target.
Right.
But
right to left, and yep, and they have overmatch, but they've just made a boo-boo there. One guy's ran into two tanks, and that's evened it out.
Bulldog goes down for JAGA. Oh, a big hit.
Fire made a big difference.
Both light tanks are down. We have a 4-on-4 match here. JAGA pulled back ahead with the health advantage. And with their four tanks pushing in on
about to go.
Noobster there.
There we go.
They focus him out.
And you've got 4 tanks against 1 now, focusing it out.
Teasing police, rotating out, not going to get away in time. Oh, he bounces the shot. And they take the Skoda down. At this point here, it's looking like JAGA's going to take the match because teasing police is just barely getting away with a fraction of health, and they both go down.
Jeez. Great job, man. Wow. I would say that AIE were overly aggressive there unnecessarily, in my opinion, and kinda made it easier for JAGA. That's my opinion.
JAGA takes that round and a 2-1 lead in the series.
Very even damage spread on the JAGA side. 2000s, 1600, 2800 being the highest on the T10, and another T10, so they pumped out the damage.
Everyone for AIE landing at least one shot. No goose eggs.
Yeah, I just feel that they had the top of that hill and they kept consistently pushing down it. See if JAGA will play a hold when they get that side of the map.
Leader has disbanded the training room. Not
Oops, daisy.
sure that was about.
Yeah, well, we're waiting on them fixing that. That was very, very good to watch, but I don't know why they didn't hold the top of that hill when they had it.
Is there something?
I'll jump to the Discord to see in case. I'm going to assume it's an accident.
He said, sorry, I logged out. So we'll have a moment here while they reset that training room up. Mistakes happen.
Oh yeah, it's the easiest thing in the world. You've got a lot going through your head, and it's only one button and a click, and you've ended everything.
I'll set this up. We're gonna go
Very,
into
very
round
easily done.
4, and we're going to go.
Yes, it will be round 4. Yeah, 2-1.
My recorder has crashed, but that's okay. I'm still able to stream it. It's unfortunate because I was recording all these matches in 1080p, and I was going to make my YouTube upload 1080p upload, but I've done something and it crashed. The
Room's back up, bud.
live stream is still available. And I can always get the live stream and transfer it over to YouTube the same way I always have. Right, so yeah, we've got JAGA back on the left, AIE back on the right. Just wait for them to fill the room up. Let me know when they start picking tanks there, Mark.
Will do. I've got to commend their aggression on the last one, even though I do think their aggression is what cost them, but at the same time, that very aggression will help them pull this back if they're going to, because their back is against the wall. Now, if I was JAGA here, I would load up on the big heavies, since you've got the hillside, and force them to come at you. Bring the might of the E75. That's him starting picking tanks, bud.
I gathered that when you said that they were bringing out an E75. No, they're not bringing out an E75.
No. I was suggesting. Oh. I was suggesting they should consider it. After all, they'll have the hill this time.
At any rate, that comment made me come back to the room. And I looked, and they were picking tanks.
They have the tanks picked. So it's T10s and an STI so far.
So
they're going to stay with the Skoda.
Once again, for the viewers, this is the World of Tanks League, or World of Tanks Euroleague. We are into the playoffs. This is semifinals. The season started off with 20 teams in 4 group stages of 5 teams per group. Each team played each other once in the group, so they had 4 weeks, 1 match per week, 4 games. JAGA and AIE came out of the group stage undefeated, moved into the playoffs. 8 teams, the top 2 teams from each group moved into the playoffs, and JAGA and AIE obviously won their first game of the playoffs. This is the semifinals. The winner of this game moves into next week in the finals. That's going to be an exciting match because both of these teams have been outstanding here so far. Undefeated in this entire season. Up next, after this match, today, we're going to be streaming the other semifinal match. That'll be between Thor and UNL. Thor is also undefeated on that note, and UNL has only dropped 1 game in this entire season. That game being dropped to JAGA. So, it'd be interesting to see another JAGA UNL series where the only round dropped in this entire season would be the JAGA, and they're gonna want revenge. That was in week 1. They played each other in week 1.
Wow. Well, they're getting ready to go. They're almost there. And we're off.
And we're off. Round 4. World of Tanks Euroleague Semifinals, JAGA versus AIE. They split the rounds on Ghost Town, both winning the north side, and JAGA has won the first round of Razanai. JAGA wins this round, they take the series and go to the finals. AIE needs to win this round to force the tiebreaker round on Ghost Town.
Alrighty then.
AIE in the blue, they have a WZ-131 for their Tier 7 light, 2 E50s, 2 Skoda T50s, and 2 T10s. Call out JAGA for me there, Mark.
Sure will. So JAGA setting up with the Bulldog, ever present. 3 T10s, an STI, and back to the double Conquerors. I would assume, since they have the castle side or nearest to it, they're going to play the hold and force AIE to come and get it. But the way AI played the last match, I don't think there's any doubt that they will try that. So this should be really good.
I feel like when AIE had the other spawn, or when JAGA had the North spawn, they started a little bit closer to castle. I feel like they had AIE got a much more spread out spawn here on the north side. I may be wrong. I'll have to go back and relook at that. But AIE ignoring the castle and going straight for cap. That's a lot of cap pressure early on.
Wow, it is 45 seconds.
Now I haven't, like I said, I haven't
Straight
called
in.
a match on this. I haven't commentated a match on this map before, but generally speaking, early cap pressure can lead to disaster. But
Generally speaking, they will have the hill on them when you look down on it.
JAGA's got their whole team massed, in mass, coming towards the cap circle. So once they get that reset, those two tanks, those two T10s that are trying to get the cap pressure, are gonna have 6 tanks rolling in on them. They get the first reset.
And that's the only one they needed right now.
There's the next reset, yeah. And now the tanks are falling right off the back. They're taking the overmatch on those T10s.
Have they drawn them in? It looks like they have set up to draw them in, and it seems to be working right now.
AIE is using this as...
Fire and pull there.
I think AIE tried to use this as a trap to get JAGA to commit to this ditch, but it's not working for them.
They did, and not in the way they're pushing.
It's still a close game, though.
Wow.
JAGA is just relentless with the push, though, coming straight through all those T10s, moving into that Skoda T50, taking him out, and AIE just not closing in on that trap quick enough.
Oh, there you go.
Down goes another
Devastating
tank.
volley.
JAGA's set themselves up here to take this round.
Skoda in the back, still a big problem. If you can get that Conqueror out, it can help. Not looking at him though. No. Looks to me like JAGA have got this. It's going to be
There's not even enough time left on the clock.
very difficult to turn that around.
Skoda T50
No.
goes down. Another tank goes down. It's just the E50 remaining, and he's in a world of trouble
And he's
right
trapped.
now. He's trapped
Utterly-
from 3 sides.
Utterly trapped. Yep. Wow. Great match.
Great match by JAGA. Great round
played.
by JAGA. After dropping round 1 to AIE, JAGA's come back and won 3 straight to take this series.
Yep. Again, pretty solid damage spread for JAGA overall. Nothing monstrous, but pretty solid. I tell a lie, there's a 3000 in there with one of the T10s. And the opposing team, that Skoda, certainly tried hard, 3800. But 3-1 it finishes. Congrats to JAGA, and
Congratulations
commiserations
to
to
JAGA.
AIE.
They will be in the finals next week. We're going to have a brief intermission here while we find out if the UNL versus Thor match is set up. It is scheduled to happen in about 15 minutes, so just bear with us for about 15 minutes while I'm going to go to an intermission, and stay tuned. Don't go anywhere.